Hello, church family. It's Kim, your moderator, coming to you from my living room. I'm staying home during this mandatory stay home, stay safe order, and I hope that you are too. Everyone in my household is doing well. Lad is working from home these days, and so we're all here together, snug as a bug and rug, and I pray that you are also doing well in your household and everyone around you is doing well. I wanted to come on and share with you today some changes that we've had to make at church due to what's happening in the world. On March 24th, last Tuesday, the Learning House had to temporarily shut its doors due to the significant drop in children we had coming to the center. This drop was due to the schools closing for the most part, and many of our children have parents who are teachers, and obviously those teachers were keeping their kids at home, which makes perfect sense. We also have a number of children whose parents are in the medical field, and those parents were choosing to keep their kids at home as well, mostly due for safe reasons. They didn't want, in case their child was exposed to the virus through them, they didn't want to further spread the virus at the Learning House. So we thank them for making that responsible choice. But due to the drop in number of students, we were losing money keeping our doors open. So we had to close our doors for the time being. The plan is to open our doors as soon as we can, both safely and economically. Bree, our Learning House director, is communicating with parents and trying to determine when we'll be able to reopen the doors. Is not going to be an easy thing to determine with things changing every day. We're just going to have to play it by ear at this time, but we will reopen as soon as we possibly can. Our Learning House staff is laid off for the time being. Bree, our director, is still working, finishing up things that she needs to do for the state, and then she will also be laid off for the time being. So I ask that you join me in praying for our staff at the Learning House each day and pray that they can receive unemployment benefits that will help them make ends meet during this challenging time. And pray that they'll be back to work at the Learning House before long. Due to the Learning House closing, in which you know the Learning House is a big part of our revenue at church, this is going to impact our church's revenue side of the budget a great deal. We've had to make some tough decisions in response to this loss of revenue. Last week, the administrative board met along with representatives from the finance team and the personnel team. We met to discuss, what we could do to kind of get us through this time. We had to come up with some tough choices, and I want to share those with you now. Unfortunately, at this time, we've had to lay off some of our church staff for the time being. Casey Johnson is laid off. She's our director of music, for those of you who don't know. Levon Bomley, our organist, has also been laid off, and Tracy Loomis, our director of youth ministries, has been laid off until further notice. We had to reduce hours for our office staff. Peggy will only be in the building on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 until 2. And Tom, our custodian, will be in the building not Mondays. He'll be in the building Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. His hours will be dependent on what is needing to be done at the church. And then Carla, our bookkeeper, will only be working 1 day a week for now. She will be there on Tuesdays. The church will be open, or there will be somebody at the church every day, Monday through Friday. Pastor Gary will be there from 9 to 2, Monday through Friday. So if you need to call during the week, he'll be there to answer the phone. If you need to drop anything off, he'll be there. So somebody will be there. Gary will be continuing to provide us with sermons via video. He will send them out to us in e-blasts, as he's been doing. Usually he sends them out on Fridays. The videos are also available on our website. They're there now, so you can go back and see any that he's already posted. And any that are coming will also be there. So check it out. I have no idea how long all of these changes are going to have to stay. Obviously, none of us really know much of anything at this point. But I want to thank all of our members who have continued to bring in their pledges or mail them to the church. It's been wonderful having those come in because we've been able to stay up with our bills at the time. So if you're able to keep sending those in or drop them off, it would be greatly appreciated. If you're able and willing to pay ahead at all, it would be, again, greatly appreciated. I know not everybody can do that, so only if you can. This is not at all an ideal time to talk about a Second Mile campaign, but unfortunately, we have to. As Dan spoke with us at the annual meeting back in February, we do need to do a Second Mile campaign. So therefore, in your mailbox in the next coming couple of days, you'll be receiving a letter from the church telling about the campaign, and also there will be a pledge card inside. Some of you will be able to help at this time, and understandably, some of you may not. If you are able to help out with our Second Mile campaign, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you are not able to help out at this time, I just ask that you please put the pledge card somewhere safe, and perhaps in the coming weeks, if your circumstances change and you are able to help out and would consider doing so, I would greatly appreciate it. We are going to get through this time. If we all stick together and work together, with God at our side, there is nothing too big that we cannot achieve. I ask you all to join me in praying for our church, for our staff. I ask you to join us in praying for our learning house, praying for our state, praying for our country, praying for the world. The power of prayer is something that we know works. And I'm definitely going to do my part. So God bless you all. Thank you for being the generous, loving stewards that you are. And I really look forward to seeing you at church again as soon as possible. Take care. God bless.